and no one is rotating down there. The attack is taking control. Spirits is just trying to fight for his life, setting up his Kivas, trying to deny all these angles and stay alive for as long as humanly possible. But there's the other fire, but he's found a safe corner. Maybe he's getting lit up. Joystick finds the opening pick onto NJR. It's 2 for Joystick. It's 4 for VP. And Nafe, out of nowhere, finds himself alone, and VP take a dominant first round. Ends up dropping in through Moto, so it looks like it's going to be a Moto blue split with the way the rest of the attack is pushing. Joystick, of course, is the man on the case. The plant will eventually be coming in through Moto. Spirit's position incredibly exposed now thanks to those Kivas being broken. He doesn't see Joystick just yet as he just gets peeked from triple wall. Spirit's not seeing that blitz and no answer from the defense just yet, but Joystick is getting stalled longer and longer by these goo mines, by these gases. There's another one at his feet, but Nafe ends up dying. The man advantage is in the favor of VP by 3 men now. Joystick completing the plant. NJR cannot do anything. It is 2 excellent rounds in a row for VP.
Fight, and that's Capital gone.
Another fight coming through, but Nafe looks away at the wrong time. Had he just held it, it could be a 2-man lead for DZ, but instead we find ourselves even. Spirits getting grimmed, his location being constantly pinged, and he eventually ends up dying to that sliver under the Kiba barrier. Man advantage now for VP after DZ had their first opening pick of the entire game. Another C4 followed up by NJR, but it's not going to land. Now the con wall is getting open, and Pambazu is unable to fall back, overstaying his welcome in con. Should have tried to retreat as soon as that can opener started exploding, and NJR has no idea that Pasha is already in Logi. Citizen in the third 1v4 we have seen already this game. And I doubt he's going to be able to bring it out with how diligent VP tend to be. Out goes a C4, he gets one, but there's an immediate trade from Joystick. Looks like there's one coming in from Con Single, trying to pinch onto this Ella. She's got help. Nafe is in bathroom. Don't know if VP knows about her just yet as Joystick starts to push deeper in. Shepard opening pick onto Pambazu. It's yet another opener and yet another follow-up from VP. Make it 3. How many times are they going to get away with this as Nafe misses the shots? He can't clean up Pasha. Finally, the shotgun comes out, bringing one back for DZ, but now another 1v4.
To continue to be aggressive, they're still playing outside, and Always is still in the basement. There goes one, and he's aware about Nafe. Could he equalize here? Yes, he can! Virtus Pro still have a chance, Harrison.
And this is exactly what Always did against FearX. VP have pre-placed drones in the basement. They spot the roamer. Always sits down there because there is no escape. Eventually, the defender's going to get anxious and move. It's happened 2 games in a row. But VP are low on time. They committed a lot to getting those 2 kills. 20 seconds remain. Now, at the very least, they don't have to worry about any C4s remaining. DZ's already used all of them. They don't have to worry about a Goyo or a smoke or anything like that. The biggest obstacle is going to be these Fenris if they're placed correctly. Panda lands a beautiful pre-fire, but loses the next engagement to Shepard. And JR makes this a 1v2 for the Capitao. Shepard's clutched before, but he can't do it here as the Fenris still persists back in gym, and DZ are finally on the board. Joystick on Blitz is yet another cut. VP's trade game has been indomitable. Now they lead 3-2 in the round once again. The 2 SAS operators, shotgun SMG combos are left to try and clutch and recover the half for DZ. But in comes the fuses. NJR almost dies to it, and Joystick is looking to take site control. First gas canister comes out from NJR. Tries to block off trip wall or the hallway as Nafe sets up the other angle with the C4. Pasha attempting to force something back, make sure no one's hiding behind the bar, but the C4 gets caught on the door and misses. Joystick also doesn't get shot. Nafe almost dies. Joystick is in the site taking a 1v2 and he loses it. Now we're back to even. They've got pings on Pasha, but they don't know about Dan, who gets one traded out. 1v1 for DZ to save the half, but Pasha is the savior once again for Virtus Pro.
Usually they're the team that benefits from having a more aggressive playstyle in the early round, unlike Virtus Pro where they are extremely methodical. What? Clash outside the building. It's like, all right, there's a guy highway, and no, the bear trap! It catches Spirits by surprise, you called it! You read them like a book, Harrison. The 5 versus 2 off the rip for Virtus Pro, and I fear that NGR and Citizen won't be able to power up off the plethora of utility that's here in the final minutes. Citizen being forced, or forcing out always with that frag grenade. Good play for him, but there's still so much left to accomplish in this late round.
And still so much utility from VP too. Dan has been generating those Kivas the whole round, and he's still in Master. Dan has all of his gas canisters. Shepard is supporting from Logi, and both players just instantly die. Technically, becoming a 1v4 at the end of that round. So that's our 5th of the game for VP.
Round, and a couple of drones, but one of them being in the basement. This will take so long to rotate upstairs. I don't even know if it's that worth it for DarkZero, as they don't have a lot of time to hit the go button in sight, but it looks like Citizen will commit just to see if they can try to ISO someone, maybe a player by Logi. That'll be Shepard alone, waiting for someone to walk in through the rotate. Dan hiding in bathroom, maybe to stop the presence of Highway Window. DarkZero coming down to an absolute halt as they're just looking for a weak point here in Virtus Pro's defense.
15 seconds remain now. In through the window comes one player, Citizen. He's the man with the case. They light him up. They know where he is. He's got a goo mine in his foot that he's got to take out before he can plant. He's got to do it. He's finally sticking into 1v2, but Dan can deny with the impact, and behind the mattress, the Russians making a great case to reclaim that crown as the kings of Clubhouse.
In almost